Can I have a motion to resume public session? Ms. Littlewood, Ms. Kies, all in favor? The vote is unanimous. We're now back in public session. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. We love when we have our schools visit us and bring their children and all their families. We are going to start tonight with our GC Pride Awards.
It is my honor, yes. It's my honor to be here to recognize some very important people that are connected to Florence Brass Elementary. We've had a student council in our building for many years. 2 years ago, our student council took the step forward to say, Mr. Young, we want change. Mr. Young, we want a playground. We want swings. Working with Dr. Ball, they got swings. Last year, our student council wanted goal nets on goals. They got goal nets on goals. So I'm excited to now introduce you to the 4 new officers of our student council, and I just don't know what to expect, what they're looking for, but we'd like to proudly recognize our exceptional elementary student council officers for their outstanding leadership and commitment to our school community. These remarkable students exemplify the Spartan way through their unwavering respect, responsibility, hard work, and compassion, inspiring their peers to follow in their footsteps. They were chosen by their peers, and they were voted by their peers. Their dedication to making our school a better place truly embodies the spirit of teamwork and a positive change. And we couldn't be prouder of their achievements. So this time, could I ask Kara Hesford to come forward, please? Kara Hesford. Congratulations. You can stand right here. Jason Gutzmer. Samai Maruf. And lastly, Amelia Bliss. Thank you so much. We do have a gift for you too, and also we would like to take a picture after we announce our other GC Pride winners, okay? Thank you. You can go have a seat.
This next person we want to recognize goes above and beyond to support her students. She's always ready to jump in as a valued team member to tackle challenges and enhance our educational environment. Her gentle and kind approach, combined with her perseverance and commitment to continuous improvement, ensures that every student receives the best possible learning experience. We are truly grateful for her unwavering passion and inspiring example. We'd like to call up Lee Herkamp. This next teacher, we would like to recognize for her unwavering positivity and exceptional leadership within our school. Her warm smile and supportive presence create a welcoming atmosphere for both students and staff. And as a dedicated team player, she consistently collaborates to enhance our educational programs. Is the co-founder of the Brasser Express student-run postal program, which you'll hear a little bit more about later. She has empowered students to take initiative and engage meaningfully in our school community. We would like to recognize Katie Larkin.
It is with great pleasure that we recognize Vera Morley for her outstanding contributions to our school community. As a flexible team player, she consistently adapts to meet the diverse needs of our students, bringing her extensive knowledge and behavior support to create a positive learning environment. Ms. Vera Morley. And lastly, we are thrilled to recognize Ms. Ewart, who exemplifies what it means to be a great collaborator and a genuine supporter of our students. With her sense of humor and positive attitude, she fosters a wonderful rapport with every student, making learning enjoyable and engaging. Lauren Ewart. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, Superintendent Daly, President Coffey, Vice President Richards, and the Board of Education. Thank you for having me tonight. This evening, it is my great honor, come on up here. It is my great honor to present this GC Pride Award to an outstanding individual who has exemplified professionalism, respect, innovation, dedication, and excellence in her service to the district, Officer Erica Despard. For the past 2 years, Officer Despard has been an integral part of our district, serving as our school resource officer and leaving an indelible mark on our school community. Her steady presence in our buildings has not only ensured a sense of security for our students, staff, and families, but has also reinforced the importance of safety in our daily lives. She has been a constant reminder of what it means to care for and protect our schools. Director of Safety and Security Sam Bell, who could not be with us tonight, shared that in his few short months here in Gage-Chili, he has routinely observed Officer Despard go above and beyond in her role as an SRO. She has made it a priority to develop relationships with her students and staff alike and is always willing to go an extra mile. She has a passion for school safety and was a driving force in formalizing building-level threat assessment teams for the district. As an integral member of our Safety and Security Task Force, Officer Despard brought her expertise to the table, helping to make our processes more efficient and effective. Her ability to connect with resources, trends, and even training through the FBI has been invaluable, extending the impact of her work far beyond our district. While her recent promotion to investigator with the Gates Police Department means she will no longer serve as our SRO, we know her past contributions will have a lasting impact. She has been an exemplary liaison and partner, and we are profoundly grateful for her commitment to our district's safety and well-being. Officer Despard, on behalf of the entire Gates-Chili Central School District, thank you for your dedication to our schools, your partnership, and the countless ways you've gone above and beyond to serve. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, and best of luck in this exciting new chapter in your career. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
Those of you who have a GC Pride Award, if you could go over here by Ms. Petrosino, she's going to take your picture. Congratulations to all of our GC Pride winners tonight. Thank you for all of your hard work. All right, do we have any agenda changes, sir?
We have additions to personnel and a report on the track and field trip.
Thank you. That moves us forward to board president's comments. Again, I want to welcome everybody who's here. Thank you for taking this time out of your evening, especially knowing that last week of school before break is a little bit busy for most of us. A few things going on. But we have so many wonderful things going on throughout our district that involve all of our staff and family and students. I want to recognize that there's a swimming invitational going on, concerts for band and chorus at all different ages, both now and after break. We have events such as DECA in the high school had competitions today. And all of these pieces are going to make our community the place we want to be and where we want our kids to be. So thank you again. As we enter this time of 2 weeks where we're not in our normal routine, knowing that that can be stressful, it can be exciting, hoping that everybody's able to find a little bit of warmth, a little bit of rest and recentering during that time, and recognizing that what each and every family celebrates or thinks about or focuses on in this time is different. So those of you that celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, if there's something that your family does to take a break and refresh together, wishing you all the best during this time. Do we have any points of interest? Oh, hi, Ms. Geis.
Last week, I attended the high school band concert, holiday winter band concert. Outstanding job as usual. It was just nice to see a lot of families at present for the concert.
Wonderful, thank you. Any additional points of interest? Ms. Serbanowski and then Dr. Richards.
Last week I attended the Walt Disney winter concert and the middle school winter concert, and the kids did a great job. It was just a really nice, both nights were really nice, so.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This past Sunday, I attended the 4th grade basketball game where the Spartans won both games by an astronomical amount of points, so we won't even embarrass the other teams and say by how much. But it was great to see the youngsters on the court playing.
Thank you. Any other points of interest? Okay. Thank you very much for sharing those. Do we have any visitor comments? No? Okay, that moves us on to reports, and we're starting with the Florence Brasser Elementary update.
Good evening, Board President, Superintendent, and members of the Board of Education. My name is Tim Young. I'm a proud principal of Florence Brasser, and I'm excited to share updates from our school building. Over the past few months, we've seen a significant transition with over 80 years of collective experience moving on in retirement or advancing into a new position from some key roles in the main office. This change has brought together a new, dynamic team. And I would love to introduce to you this team. Our new assistant principal, Ms. Kylie Smith. Our new building secretary, Vanessa Maselli. And our new attendance clerk, Kate Camerono. We're excited for this new change and what this brings to Brasser. This year has been presented a share of hard work and challenges. As many of you know, we've introduced a new English language arts resource, CKLA, and implemented a fresh approach to literacy instruction through letters training. Additionally, we continue to support our behaviors and our social-emotional needs for all of our students. Amid these challenges and new adventures, the Florence Brasser team remains committed to our building goal. Learn, lead, and achieve together by creating a responsive community of support for students, staff, and families. This goal has been with us and is a guiding force for us. Over the summer, our leadership advisory team, comprising a dedicated group of teachers, began laying the groundwork to align our practices with this vision. Their focus was on 3 priorities: students, staff, and families. With the additional support from our building leadership team, Kristen Galliford, Katie Larkin, Kristen Bish, and Tara Roberts, we worked to refine our focus even further. By early September, our entire staff came together to finalize our goal for this school year. Tonight, we're excited to share a few snapshots of how we are addressing these priorities at Florence Brasser Elementary. While this year has brought some great new opportunities, it also has underscored the strength of our community. Together, we will continue to learn, lead, and achieve.
We want to start off by highlighting some great things that our staff are doing in our building to achieve our goals. The first is really putting a strong priority on social emotional learning. We have implemented community circle books. Each grade level has an assigned book for every month that follows our SEL curriculum. Past themes have included relationship building, empathy, and the zones of regulation. This month, our classes are coming together to read about and discuss community support. We continue to promote a proactive and restorative approach to building a school community of respect, responsibility, hard work, and compassion through school-wide community circles, restorative responses to conflicts, and re-entry meetings that welcome back a student after a suspension. We encourage the embodiment of the Brasser Way through recognizing classes for showing the Spartan way, awarding red tickets for positive traits, and celebrating 2 best buses every month. We work towards a collective goal of reaching a specific ticket number as a school, but classes also receive monthly certificates so they can set goals for themselves as a class community.
Over the last 3 years, Florence Brasser staff has successfully implemented a comprehensive equity plan utilizing the New York State CRSC framework. This plan was created by our staff for our staff and reflected our shared commitment to equity, growth, and continuous improvement. As we approach the end of this plan, we set out to renew and broaden our new focus. And that's what brings us to our new 3-year equity plan, which extends beyond just the staff, but intentionally includes building leaders, our students, and our families as active participants. Through the dedicated work of our 20-plus member equity team and our school improvement team, composed of staff and families, we are proud to present our new equity plan guiding us through the year 2028. The foundation of this plan is rooted in the New York State CRC framework, while incorporating valuable input from stakeholders. We surveyed former students that walked the halls of Brasser, we surveyed teacher leaders, and we reached out to our families. This collaborative approach ensures our plan is relevant, inclusive, and impactful. As we gathered feedback, families expressed their appreciation and hopes for our continued focus on equity. One parent said, "Thank you for taking feedback on this important topic. We are a diverse community, and our kids should grow up in learning, growing, and sharing that." Another parent said, "This is wonderful. Representation, equity, diversity, and inclusion are extremely important to our family. Our child's first year has been wonderful, and we anticipate more amazing years for him." Our school improvement team is prepared for an official rollout for parents and families in January of 2025. This will include parent forums to engage and inform families, QR codes for easy access for additional resources, and informational flyers to share key highlights and goals. As we say goodbye to 2024, we are excited to introduce this new equity renewed plan and to work together as a community to promote representation, inclusion, and growth for all.
This is the part I'm most excited about, highlighting our students. We wanted to share with you this evening this really awesome project that our kindergartners participated in recently with Mrs. Quintana and our ESL teacher, Miss Benedict. Students were asked to decorate and fill boxes with items from their culture and way of life. They shared and explained their boxes to their classmates, and then students had time to make connections. So what you see over here, there's a sampling of the cultural boxes, and then this is a trifold that the class created together with commonalities between their cultures. The class spent time talking about what is similar and different about their cultures and discovered that they have the shared values of family, holiday celebrations, and hobbies. We are incredibly proud of a staff that celebrates student diversity and of our students for sharing a glimpse of their culture with their classmates.
Now I would like to bring up two of our teachers, Ms. Larkin and Ms. Ewart, and they're going to share a little bit about our Brasser Express.
So once again, I'm Lauren Ewart.
I'm Katie Larkin.
And
We founded the Brasser Express last year with partial funding from a grant awarded by the Gage Child Education Foundation.
we started it with the goal of promoting an authentic love for reading and writing for all of our students.
And as fifth grade teachers, we often see students avoiding writing assignments and wanting to help change the way, we wanted to help change the way students viewed the task.
And students are able to write notes to their friends and teachers without worrying about receiving any corrections, but all the letters are checked to make sure that they follow the Brasser Way guidelines. And students never have to worry about having a teacher kind of tell them to fix their spelling or anything like that.
Now, however, we've noticed students begin to appreciate the skill of correct grammar, spelling, and neat handwriting because it helps convey their messages clearly.
Since the grand opening, we've transitioned, and now the post office is entirely run by students. They do all of the training, they do all of the work, and honestly, it's become pretty hands-off for the teachers, so that's been nice.
We've partnered with the FBFA for families to send postcards at school events, and build relationships within our schools, and we have plans to provide volunteer hours for high school students with a Brasser Bear letter program with support from our colleagues.
And we hope you enjoy this short video that our students help us make to show you more about the Brasser Express.
Do we have to click?
Brasser Express launched in January 2024. Our school set over 600 leaders since opening. Building a love for reading is a key part. Each class group has made a straight based on a book. In addition to writing letters, students can submit a stamp design. Every staff members and students in the school gets to borrow either or the new designs. Fifth graders train for each position. Fourth graders are responsible for overseeing the operations. Third graders sort in the mail and second graders deliver them. I'm a fifth grader and I help train the new post office staff. We check each letter carefully so we make sure it's exactly what I wrote it. As postal leader, I unlock the mailbox.
Thank you, Ms. Ewart and Ms. Larkin, for the brainchild of such a great activity. The students really enjoy it. I love when they said that they take ownership now. And taking ownership at this time, we do have some mail carriers. So if you could stand up. And if you could, board members, we have given you a letter from a student. They will be delivering it, and then you have a blank copy. If you do choose, you can write a response, and we will make sure that student receives that response. So, would you like to deliver mail, please? Yes. All right, go ahead, deliver mail. This happens twice a week at Brasser. It was funny, tonight, the fourth graders came looking for me, and they said, Mr. Young, where's the bags? I'm like, I'm taking them to the board. They said, no, we need to fill them for tomorrow morning. They're ready to work. So everybody got a letter? All right, nice job, everyone. Those are second graders. That concludes our Brasser report. Thank you. If you have any questions, we'd be more than welcome to answer them. But once again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to share what is happening at Florence Brasser.
Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for all of our families and staff for being here. Does anybody have any questions? Have a great night, you guys. You are, of course, welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting if you'd enjoy, but you are also welcome to leave. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you. Have a good night.
Great job, everybody.
All right, next we have our student ex officio update.
Good evening. I'm going to start off with the middle school because I observed a student council meeting in November, and the student council presented us with their new project called Gratitude Cards. Gratitude cards allow students and teachers to write cards with a treat attached for those who they're grateful for. And also, the middle school is starting its annual Jar Wars competition, where all classes get a jar to collect money. But Jar Wars works differently than any other traditional fundraiser because any silvered coin will actually decrease the value of the class's earnings. And I noticed that students are actually highly motivated to bring in pennies and dollar bills. Like, I've never seen students so motivated for a fundraiser than there. And the class with the most earnings will receive a donut party or a movie day. And for the high school, before Thanksgiving break, students wrote cards for the staff they were grateful for, and specifically those in junior achievement economics, we focused on writing cards for those who are not really mentioned a lot, like maintenance staff. And as we approach winter break, both students and staff are celebrating with a Winter Spirit Week. Today was a whiteout day for students, and I have to say, more students are participating than I've ever seen before. I go in the lunchroom, everybody's wearing white. And teachers also had the opportunity to do an underground Spirit Week, but I have to say, I don't see many teachers participating. And this week, seniors have the opportunity to make holiday cards for veterans and those in hospice during their lunch. And in addition, I would like to thank everyone involved in addressing the heating issues in the high school. The newly installed heaters in the back of the high school are an amazing addition and are highly appreciated by both students and staff. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that you had the middle school and high school too. That was wonderful. And thanks for the help with the heating issues. Moving us forward to capital project update. Totally planned it, guys.
So sorry for the heating issues. I think is this on? Yes. Good evening, everyone. We're here for another capital project update. It's been about 6 weeks since our last update. And there's been a lot that's happened, so we'll dive right into it with this presentation. So as always, starting off with our general contractor, the district office casework was installed early in December, and as of today, the district office staff has started to move into the new space. So that also included the general contractor removing the temporary conditions. You may have noticed on your drive in, there's no longer a fence there outside the parking lot. That has been cleaned up, the temporary walls removed, bathrooms, everything like that removed. And the fax, once they completed the casework in the district office, moved over to the fax space to start installing the kitchen islands, as well as all the wall and cabinets and tall wardrobes. And then as well, the fax sewing room was finished last month. High school technology, the CMU walls, so both interior and the what is currently exterior of the building, have been installed. Middle school, the wall framing there is ongoing, as well as starting to board and finish drywall. Plumbing-wise, the sprinkler tie-in is complete in the district office. That is now a functional space. The sinks have been installed in the district office casework, and then the high school and middle school are continued underground work for new drains, sinks, and the like. Mechanical work, we balanced the mechanical systems in the district office for the move-in. The punch list, mechanical and electrical, are nearing completion of their punch list of the district office space. So that are items that SEI, the engineering team, or campus have identified that still need to be completed following the substantial completion of the space. The high school technology, ductwork is still being roughed in, so they're starting to install within the walls that are being put up in the space in the concrete block. And then the middle school technology, they're continuing to run ductwork lines there. Electrical wise, the skylights were installed in the district office, and then so the downlights were installed there, as well as the hallway lighting. The fax lighting devices in those two rooms are starting to be installed, and then the fax teaching stations, so the connections to where the teachers will take their desk to the smart boards have been installed. And then middle school, high school, they're continuing to run conduit and start to pull wire in those spaces. Looking ahead into the new year, the district office, the one piece that remains uncompleted is the hallway carpet. There were some delays with that. As of right now, we're expecting that to be complete by January. And then as of this morning, the blinds are complete in the district office. Those were installed last night. Fax, we're going to finish installing the casework in that space, install the doors on the frames that are in the space, and then final paint, and just like in the district office, remove the temporary conditions, final clean, and start the move-in process for those teachers. Technology-wise, we're going to pour the concrete floor slab and then start the structural steel for that space and building the roof, and then continue mechanical, electrical, and plumbing installations. Middle school technology, continuing to finish and install the drywall walls. Same thing with the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. It's going to be a theme moving forward with all the spaces. And then the large skylight in that space to let in light into some of the interior rooms was installed last month as well. They're going to finish that and then start laying out the flooring. Some good news. We bid and award the phase 2 of this project, which Kurt and I have been talking about for a year now. That was bid 1 week ago, which we'll discuss the financials of that in a few seconds. But in January 25, we plan on starting the Florence Brasser work, which is the new main office, and then some offices in the back of the building. So in January, the contractors will be preparing the staging area for that space and starting the demolition of the 2 classrooms for the main office, as well as abatement scheduled for February. Budget overview, we're still at the same phase 1 contract values, $20,529,200, and as of right now, that is 50% billed by contractors, so they're 50% done. Phase 2 contracts, this is no longer a budget value. We have a recommendation to you, the board, tonight for $14,860,177,000 for the phase 2 public contracts. That is slightly under where we're budgeting, so that money has moved to the contingency dollars, which has stayed around 2.3 for the past 12 months, and is now showing $3 million, as well as we carried allowances in phase 2, which we're showing between the 2 phases, $500,000 in allowances for contractors. Some photos. So this is the business area in the district office for where a printer is. An office in the district office. The smaller of the 2 large conference rooms in the district office space. A temporary workspace station in the district office. This is the fax hardwood floor that I was talking about. The slightly lighter section had to be removed, and this is brand new hardwood floor in the sewing room, or what will be the sewing room. Tiling in the hallway of the fax space, so goes to one kitchen or one teaching kitchen space to the other. That wall is fully tiled. This is a photo of inside the space. There, as you can see, there is a lot of cabinets. It's wall to wall. And then on the left-hand side are the teaching islands, so where all the teachers will show and demonstrate, and then the students will work in that space. So they'll have appliances, ovens, microwaves, power, the like. And then high school technology. So this is inside the one of the old classrooms. On the right-hand side will be the new hallway that exits the building. And then this is a shot outside of the new classrooms taking shape with the concrete block. Another shot of that. So the door frames, as they're building them, are being installed. Same with window and openings. This is the very large skylight in the
You're welcome.
middle school. So a photo of the back of some drywall in the middle school as well. Questions or comments?
I'm just a thumb up guy today.
I have one comment, but it's not about the project. Did you guys plan to match today?
In all honesty, that's not what he was wearing this afternoon. So I had no idea. So, yeah.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Went home to take care of the dogs and changed clothes and totally forgot what Kurt
It's
was
Skylight,
wearing.
baby. We thought we did, actually. We were close. Yeah. What are your socks? What kind of socks you got going on?
I think.
We have really insightful feedback tonight, guys. All right, any other questions or comments? Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That moves us on to our track and field. Nope,
Which
I
is
lied.
Project update. Go ahead, Mitch.
Really?
Yep. It's part of this.
Oh.
It's all
Also
capital
part of this is the project update with Dr. Ball.
Hello again, thank you. All right, so just a couple of quick updates on the Future Ready project. As you know, there's a proposition on the agenda for approval by the board tonight. So wanted to give a final update before that motion and also before we get ready to put this proposition out to the public. So again, introductions. SEI Design Campus Construction, you just heard from them. BPD Municipal Finance could not be here tonight, but Chris DeCarlo sends his regards. So when thinking about a capital project, we have the planning phase, the design phase, and the build phase. We're currently in the the planning phase for a potential project where design would start next year. Happening right now, as you heard, we have the 2022 capital project, phases 1 and 2. In terms of our priorities for this project, a reminder that one of our main drivers for the project was the building condition surveys. As you know, that's something that we have to do every 5 years, where we look at all of our facilities top to bottom and say, what are the things that need to be addressed in the near future. And then also prudent and sound financial planning. We've done a really good job of saving up funds to offset local shares and ensure that we don't have an impact on our tax levy. Planning process, we've had our meetings. I went over this planning process a few months ago now. We've toured all of our buildings. We've addressed or we've talked about unaddressed items as part of the current and ongoing project. We've met with building leadership. We've looked at all the mechanical needs. We've generated a scope list, and then we began evaluating financial impacts. More recently, we've engaged community members in terms of community forums. We've met with family associations to share different information about the upcoming proposition. So final scope proposal, again, these are our 4 main categories: the failing infrastructure needs and renovations and replacements. Those are our 3 main categories, and then a small amount of new work that's been identified through the process. At the high school, majority of the work is in failing infrastructure and replacements. We know that there's a whole lot of work that needs to be done with that building. At the middle school, renovations, failing infrastructure, again, huge portions of the project. I know that we've shared details on what that work would look like, But again, feel free to ask any questions as you may have them. Florence Brasser, the majority of the work on renovations, some new work in terms of the digital message sign and the kitchen expansion. We do know that the Florence Brasser kitchen is the smallest kitchen in the district and has been an item that's been identified as an area that needs to be addressed for the last 3 projects. So hoping that we're able to do that as part of this proposal. Armstrong failing infrastructure, renovations and replacements, again, major considerations. Similarly at Paul Road. Give me a minute to look at that. Walt Disney, the same. The only new work being the digital message sign. And then all of our other buildings, again, majority is in renovations and infrastructure considerations that are identified through the building condition survey. So our aid ratio is currently set at around 81%. That can change slightly, but generally speaking, it stays pretty consistent over time. Maximum cost allowance, how much work we can do in a building based on when we last did work that resets every 5 years. Looking at our existing debt service, our principal and interest payments on the work that we've done in the past, essentially our mortgage payments on our facilities. When those drop off, we certainly look at that, and part of how we're able to fund this project without having a tax impact is that we're acknowledging some debt drop off, and we would fill it with the work that we know needs to be done. Our credit rating, and then obviously that last piece of ensuring that we try as best we can, and certainly would be the case with this project when we look at future capital planning, to not have a tax impact, to be prudent with local resources. Overall project breakdown, the majority of it is in those 3 categories. We do know that we have a lot of infrastructure that if we don't address it, we will start to see things fail in the next 5 to 10 years. And so need to address those things now, knowing that the process for a capital project is long. And as you can see in the chart up above, we would be looking to do work all the way through 2030, which is obviously 5 years from now. So this process is long, and we want to make sure to start to address things before we start to have serious or considerable issues. Estimated referendum, $88 million, no tax impact. These are the 2 propositions that we're hoping that the board will approve so that we could put these out to the public for their vote. The $88 million capital project, and then using $4 million in capital reserve funds for security infrastructure upgrades. We created that reserve a few years ago, again through public referendum, acknowledging that we do have a number of security things that need to be addressed. Specifically, some of the things that we would look to address with this $4 million includes the upgrading of clocks and PA systems at the middle school and high school. They would also be able to inform when there's a lockdown. There's a system in there called Informacast. It would allow us to tie into our TAP app, our notification system, and it would allow us to tie into our lockdown buttons and our system for lockdown. And then also to continue with the project surrounding putting electronic door locks on all classroom doors. And so this would be a continuation of that work, and it's needed work in the district to ensure that we maintain the highest level of safety and security for our students and staff. We would look to put out a proposition on Wednesday, February 5th, the vote being from 6:30 to 8:30 in line with our normal vote schedule at Spartan Fieldhouse, at the GC High School, at 1 Spartan Way. Any questions? Mr. Long.
Just a quick question. It says not to exceed 88 million. What happens if it comes to a point where you have to order something and it goes above?
We're unable to do that. You cannot exceed the publicly approved referendum amount.
So what happens, like, if you're in the middle of construction and you know how things go, and you need a new steel beam or something that has to go over, do you have to go back to a referendum to purchase something that would be over?
There's options. One of them being, yes, we would have to go to a referendum. One is, 2 is, I already said 1. 2 is that maybe we don't do that work. We pivot and do something else. You know, C is we do another capital project referendum and do an additional, roll it into the next project. There's a lot of different options and levers that we have in order to address situations like that. Budgets, especially when you're looking at capital work, they include contingency monies, and those monies are set aside in case things do come up. Ideally, we hope to avoid those types of things if at all possible. The next logical question is what happens if we don't spend all the money? That money goes into something called the debt service fund, and we have to use that to offset future principal and interest payments on the project that was publicly approved.
Thank you for that question. Any other questions? I really appreciate the visual breakdown with the charts too. I think it helped me really put into perspective how much of it is like infrastructure repair that we need to be able to maintain our schools going. So that helped kind of put it into context.
Yeah, and kudos to our team, our
Thanks,
architects,
guys.
construction manager, and also our director of communications for helping us work through the visuals on different things.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have the track and field team trip to New York City, January 10th through 12th, 2025.
Sorry. But yes, this trip, and I apologize for the sort of, abruptness of this whole, night. But for us to plan some of these trips, it does require us to let kids compete and participate, find out what level they're at, and then we can take some of those more elite kids and bring them to areas and create opportunities to allow them to compete at those high levels. It's great for exposure. It's great for college exposure. It's state and national, just competition levels. And we have kids that are there. I mean, these kids are really putting in the effort. We want to give them, and again, create opportunities that may go far beyond Gates Chili. And again, these are the kind of trips that do come up. So we trialed last year using Amtrak as a viable transportation source, and it worked excellent. It was great. It's a much cheaper, source than renting a bus or trying to come up with those large amounts of money. A bus to get down there and back for a weekend right now is between like $4,000 and $5,000. I mean, it's really, it makes the trip undoable, quite honestly. But by using the Amtrak, the kids can do work. They have access to their phones and computers so that they can do some things along the way. They can stretch out and relax. And it's just kind of a neat experience for everyone. But as you can see, we're talking about heading down, leaving early on January 10th, getting down there, doing a little bit of work that day. They would compete that Saturday, the 11th, and then we would travel home on Sunday the 12th and get back here. I believe the train, I think it was on there, I think it's like a 10:40 train, and we'd get back here, 7, 8 o'clock. So it would be a long weekend, but again, it would be an opportunity for approximately 18 to 20 kids. And again, I put 2 of the coaches are listed on there. There might be another coach that will be heading down with them. But again, I'm just looking for your support and blessing so that we can, move on and make some hardcore, set our reservations and make sure our deposits are in on time. Any questions?
I have a question.
Dr. Richards?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hamill. What's the competition?
It's, I think it's on the sheet, and I apologize, I'm speaking on behalf of Mr. Tyndale. Oh.
Bless you.
Is it at the Armory?
It's at the Armory,
Okay.
yep, it's at the Armory. It's one of the big events
Okay.
in the winter at the Armory.
Yep.
There are several divisions. There's youth, middle school, high school, and then open. So our kids will see some of the younger kids that are probably hitting some of the numbers they're hitting, at the national level. And then they'll also get to see a little bit of the open competition too, which is pretty incredible. It's, you know, could be future Olympians and things like that. So really cool experience.
You know, I'm always a component for the track team.
That-
'Cause India did well and got her
Yep.
her full ride on the track team. So anything that promotes getting our kids out there and seeing what's going on around them is always great.
Absolutely.
Any other questions? Thank you so much for sharing with us.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
That moves us on to the consensus agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the consensus agenda? Dr. Richards, Ms. Davis, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve consensus items C through G? Can I have a motion? Ms. Kais, Mr. Long, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Is it time? It's time. All right.
We would like to formally welcome Keisha Carter, who was just approved on the consent agenda. She will be our new Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, starting January 13th. Keisha's here. Thank you, Keisha. We're very excited to have you. Congratulations.
We're excited to have you join us. Thank you. That moves us on now to action items. Can I have a motion to approve the final seeker resolution for $88 million project adopting a negative declaration as listed below? I don't read this. Have a motion. Katie Davis, Nicole Littlewood. Any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve the type 2 seeker resolution for the $4 million project as listed below? Can I have a motion? Ms. Kais, Mr. Long, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. All right, can I have a motion to approve the following resolution regarding the February 5th, 2025 capital project vote? Ms. Kais, Ms. Littlewood, any discussion? All in favor? Frank, are you voting? Okay, just making sure. The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve the capital improvement project phase 2 bids? Have a motion. Ms. Kais, Mr. Banowski. Any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve the appointment of Jessica Lotone as District Deputy Claims Auditor for the 2024-2025 school year? Can I have a motion? Ms. Jennings, Dr. Richards, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Be it resolved that the board approves the following tenure appointment at the December 17th, 2024 meeting as recommended by the Superintendent of Schools, Shayna Rookenshell in the tenure area of literacy. Can I have a motion to approve the tenure appointment? Ms. Jennings, Ms. Davis, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve the track and field team trip to New York City, January 10th through 12th, 2025? Can I have a motion? Dr. Richards, Ms. Jennings, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. That moves us on to superintendent comments.
As discussed earlier by some of our board members, our students and staff have been performing in concerts throughout the month of December. The talent on display has been outstanding. There's one more concert before break on Wednesday night at the GCPLC at 7 p.m. being put on by the middle school band and jazz bands. On Thursday, December 19th, there's also an opportunity at 7 p.m. to come hear over 80 musicians made up of alumni, current and former staff, students, and community members performing some spectacular songs of the season, along with other exciting concert selections in our beautiful Performing Arts Center for our community band. We learned this afternoon that we had 7 teams and 82 students from the fall recognized by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association for being scholar athletes. This demonstrates our commitment to helping our Spartans strive to achieve in all areas of their development. And a reminder to our community that district office is closed due to us moving over to the high school this week. There may be a delay in responding to email communication, but we will get back to you. And again, we are thrilled tonight to add Mrs. Carter to our dynamic leadership team. She will help make us better. And we're excited to have her start on January 13th. And she's a district resident and parent ready to come in and help us continue to get better. And for those of you interested in budgeting, because it's just fun, a reminder that we're seeking budget ambassadors. If you are a citizen that lives in Gates-Charlie boundaries, are 18 or older, and want to learn more about our district's 25-26 budget development, please apply to be a budget ambassador, bless you, at gatecharlie.org/budgetambassador. A reminder that our holiday recess this year begins next week. There will be no school for students and 10-month staff beginning Monday, December 23rd through January 3rd, 2025. A reminder that the district is closed for all staff on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and then we're back on Tuesday, January 6th. I'm sorry, Monday, January 6th. Choose to be patient and kind. As we close out our final board meeting of the year, please remember that although December is a time of celebrations, it's also a time of stress for many of us. Please choose to be kind when interacting with our school staff, whether it's our main office, our attendance clerks, receptionists, assistant principals, teachers, bus drivers, custodial staff. Please remember, they work hard on behalf of your students every day. Please treat them the way that you want to be treated, with kindness, patience, and respect. And last but not least, I heard great news just prior to our board meeting. I want to congratulate Lucas on being accepted to his top college choice, the University of Rochester, where he's going to become a doctor. So congratulations, Lucas. That is my report, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Can I have a motion now to adjourn the meeting? Dr. Richards, Ms. Jennings, any discussion? All in favor? No, Mr. Long, you want to, okay. The vote is unanimous. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.